Damn it. Water's not here. Water's not here. I gotta go get that. I'll wait. I'll wait it out. I'll wait it out. Here for a good time, not a long time. What's up, guys? As you guys can see, is this the start of World War III? I want to break down what's going on in the market. Actually, I want to break down what's going on in the world, the economy, and how you guys can respond to it, and my outlook on what I see happening and why. So before even doing that, quick disclaimer. Sorry about that. Quick disclaimer. So any and everything said here today is for intent purposes only. Do not act on any of these things without doing your own research or speaking to your financial advisor first. All right, so that's out the way. So last night, Ukraine attacked Russia with U.S. missiles. Russia had a response to that, in which I'm going to break down as well. But what we need to do is give a quick back look or a quick, backstory about what's going on and what happened. Now, ideally, I actually thought that Harris was going to win the election. I did not vote for her. I mean, I don't think that she is the right candidate, but I did think she was going to win. One huge reason why I thought so was mainly because of the fact that I feel that right now, the place that we are in, if they want to be honest, we are pretty much very, 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 very similar to what happened during the Great Depression. Now, what helped us to get out of the Great Depression was World War II, right? So I think that what is going on now, right? They will use that, especially the fact that tensions were becoming increasingly high, especially more towards the election. They will use that to then help us get into a war, which will ideally help us to improve our economy, because we all know that war brings in a lot of fucking money, right? Especially when you go about selling it. Excuse my language, that wasn't necessary. When you selling weapons and so forth. So ideally, yeah, that is the reason why. Well, it's more to it, but that I did think that was going to be the case. So fast forward, we obviously know that that Trump won, right? So once Trump won, the markets soared, right? The markets went up. The Dow went up damn near 1,500 points, a little over 1,500 points. S&P went up over 4%. The NASDAQ went up over 3%. So it was huge, right? Now, the thing about the markets is it's not going to go up forever, right? I'm doing a backstory so you guys can have an idea of where we're currently at and why. So I do think that we are going to do a full retracement back down to the election. Why? Because, again, the markets can't continue going up, right? There's a reason why people say you buy low and you sell high. Why? Because it's the assumption that price, once you buy high, it's the assumption that price is going to drop down. When you buy low, it's the assumption that price will actually go up. And that's also the reason why when markets are low, people say that it's a bargain today, right? Things are on sale. Why? Because, again, it's the assumption that if the market is $1 today, I know that in the future, it can even be 10 years from now. In the future, the markets will be $10. So if I can buy it for $1, obviously that means that it is on sale, because, again, in the future, it'll be $10. All right, so continuing from what I was saying, Trump got elected, the markets went sky high. And then after that, pretty much now we're up to last week. So last week, the market started to do a nice little retracement, right? Again, markets can't go up forever. What I feel the reason was for that, if you go to a fundamental point of view, I mean, for starters, everyone is like, we're pretty much off of the, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess the aftermath, or you can say the aftermath of Trump being elected. So now the focus is back on the economy, right? CPI came out. It came out as expected, but truthfully, 2.6, and last month it's 2.4. That means CPI is going up. That means inflation is going up. All right, so continue from what I was saying. So now we're more towards, retail sales came out, PPI came out. However, Powell came out. Powell was the Fed chairman. Powell came out and said that we are in no rush to cut. Well, the Fed is in no rush to cut rates, right? The next rate decision is going to be on December 18th, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. Right, so Powell came out and said that we are in no rush to cut rates. That's not good, right? One huge reason why it's not good is because everybody and their mother is waiting for another rate cut. Truthfully, we had our first rate cut early in September, and after that we had another rate cut as well. So everyone is waiting for, continuous rate cuts to help us out. Why? Because truthfully, we are struggling right now. The economy base, we can say we're doing good, but the numbers don't lie, right? So yeah, continue. So Powell came out and said that we're not in a rush to cut rates. After that, the markets continue to tank. Right now, we are getting closer towards the pre-Trump push, right? We can call it that. We're getting close towards that. However, we didn't hit that yet, but again, we're getting close to that. So now last night comes around, right? So the markets have been dropping. So last night comes around, my boy hit me up, and about like I want to say roughly like 10:30 he hit me up. 10:30 or 11, around let's say 10:45. 10:45 he hits me up, and at this time, me and my wife, we got into the show called Tulsa King. It's dope. Like, you guys got to get to that. So like, I'm about to change my whole personality. I'm about to be a mobster and everything. Fuck trading. Like, I'm gonna be a mobster. I'm about to move to Tulsa myself. But anywho, so yeah, so we watching Tulsa King, and he hits me up. He's like, yo, bro, like, I just beat the Dow. What's your entry? So I'm like, nah, I didn't. I haven't been looking at the markets. I've been tapped into watching your show. So I look at the markets in the Dow US 30. I trade US 30, but it is the index equivalent of the Dow. If you guys are trading futures, it will be YM as well. So I'm looking at the Dow, and it's at resistance, but the shit is I think at that time it's probably up like 120 points. And I'm like, damn, this shit is continuously going up. And then he's like, oh, are you jumping in now? I'm like, I'm not, because at the end of the day, we are at a resistance. I'm not going to just jump in because that's FOMO, right? We still got to follow my plan. And literally, that same resistance, right? So now let's say I woke up, I actually overslept this morning. I woke up literally at 9:29, which is crazy, right before market open. So I wake up, and the markets are down 300 plus points, and literally that resistance held. I'm like, shit, like, and I should have took that sell, right? Because again, it was at a resistance, but again, I wasn't paying attention. I'm not going to just FOMO. So the market dropped about like, a little over 300 points from that resistance. And then I looked to see, what was the fundamental reason behind that, right? Technically, we are resistance, but fundamentally, it got to be something, right? The market is not going to just drop just because. It has to be some type of fundamental reason for a drop or an increase. So I looked to see what's going on. And Biden approved, this goes back to what I was saying about war, Biden approved for Ukraine to send U.S. missiles over to Russia. Right? He approved that. Last night, Ukraine did just that. They sent U.S. missiles over to Russia. Obviously, that's not a good thing, right? The markets had dropped. Gold went crazy. I believe gold was up about like $60, $70 today, which is equivalent to about 600 or 700 pips, right? When it comes to the Forex side of trading gold. Again, markets are down. Shit's looking bad. Now, this also continues, so what's going on? Biden also said that he is going to send as much money possible to Ukraine before Trump is in office. He said this last week during or right after the meeting that he did with Trump, right? This is also dated. So you gotta ask yourself, like, what's going on, right? Like, why are we sending all this money before Trump gets into office? Why are we pushing ourselves closer to the brink of war? And then added to that, right? Putin responded and said that he is looking to respond with nukes, that he's looking to do so before Christmas or by Christmas. So again, not good, right? So again, it's why are we pushing ourselves into it? Like, are we making it difficult? Again, the transition, we already know that Trump's going to be the upcoming president. Are we making it difficult for when he comes to office? Is something. Pause due to connection is crazy. It's always funny when I start talking about anything that deals with Trump, like some shit happens to my account. It's so crazy how that happens. I gotta start saying a different name. Like, maybe I'll start calling Orange Guy. Yeah. So we know that Orange Guy is going to become he's going to be in office January 20th, right? So you gotta ask yourself, why are they making it difficult for him to come into office? Now, my whole thing is this: it doesn't matter if Kamala won or if Trump won. At the end of the day, you don't want the president to do a bad job. The reason why, because if the president's a bad job, that means that literally the nation is not going to do a good job. And we currently see what's going on with the effects of this current administration, but neither here nor there. So continue what I'm saying. So like, why are they making it difficult? Now, I think that they're making it difficult mainly because, when he does go into office, it'd be the sense of like, all right, we may already be in war, right? He said that he'll stop the Ukraine and Russia issue. Now there's no turning back. So he lied on that part, right? He said it'll be peace. He lied on that part. So many things that I think are going towards that. But ideally, I said, like, I truly think that we are going into war, just a matter of time. I do feel that here's the thing. I don't think there will actually be a nuke response. I think he's not bullshitting. I think, true, Putin's about that life. I just don't think that he's going to do that because I don't think he's an idiot, right? So it's like, pretty much a nuke war is like, that's the end of life. Like, we send nukes over there, we send nukes over here. The last thing you probably say to yourself is, I love you, baby. And that's it. If you guys ever saw Rogue One, the scene at the literally end of the scene, that's what a nuke war would be. So it's like, it's a wrap. But I don't think they're going to go that route. I think that, like, you know, he is going to see, you know, how they're going to respond and react and everything. But again, like, you know, for even them, like, Biden came out and said that, you know, we are for, you know, Ukraine, and, you know, we're going to keep supplying them. And Putin said that while you're supplying our enemies, we're going to supply your enemies and so forth. So it's pretty much like a Cold War between us two again, ironically, another Cold War. But yeah, so that's what's going on. That's my thoughts. Now, when it comes to the markets aspect of things, right? As I said to you, gold went sky high. The Dow had a full retracement. Pretty much the markets across the board, indices wise, had a full retracement. Unless you're dealing with, like, you know, stock market, actual stocks that deals with oil, that deals with commodities, that deals with wartime or weapons. Those things did great. Lockheed Martin, they did great today as well. I believe they was up a lot, like, I think a little above 1%. Then we started having a little retracement toward the end of the day, but it was up a nice little penny to start the day. Now, again, all these things are being said, and that ties into what's going on across the board, right? So we know that, like, the last time I spoke to you guys, which was last week, XRP, it wasn't even 70 cents. Right now, XRP is comfortably over $1.10. We are literally $1.10 right now, which is insane. That, like, if you guys would have taken that advice just last week alone, right? You damn near not doubled your money, but you made a little above 50%. 50% was that 45? Yeah, a little above 50% from just last week, right? It shit is crazy. What's up, fam? Shit is crazy though. But yeah, so added to that, we know that Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin is above 92,000.27 at this time. Early this morning, it was actually up to 94,000. I think if we get one more push, like one more news release, right? I'm talking about, like, some shit could happen. I don't know. Trump could say something, or something could happen. Michael Strategy could do something. If we get one more push, I think we'll hit 100K before Thanksgiving next week, which is crazy. Thanksgiving is next week. But yeah, added to that. So, like, all this shit that's going on, you could really do two things. You could really just panic and be like, oh my gosh, woe is me, life is whatever. You could do that. You can go that route. Or you could boss up and really get on your shit, right? Like, it's a lot of money that's about to start coming into the markets across the board. Now, again, if you guys are traders and the Dow is dropping or indices is dropping, you could have took some shorts. You know, if you guys are in gold, right? If you guys are invested into gold went up. You can make some money off that. As a trader, gold going up. You can make some money off that as well. These cryptos right now, cryptos are booming, right? The crypto is here. So, like, some people saying that, like, you know, oh, the bull run is here, blah, blah. Truthfully, there's not even a bull run yet. And that's the scary part. That's really the scary part. Like, there's not even a bull run and all this shit is going crazy. So, speaking about going crazy, you do have the Pentagon, right? The Pentagon, it failed its 7th straight audit for, I believe it was $824 billion. Crazy. $824 billion. Like, how do you misplace $824 billion? Like, y'all get mad when I misplace $1. So it's like, where is that money going? But all it is just money laundering. At the end of the day, it's like, that's how the world operates, right? So you get, I don't want to say play the game. I'm not going to tell you how to do money laundering, but I mean, this is what they do. Legit, this is what they do. Like, and then I actually have some stuff as well. I put in my Discord. I'm going to just read it real quick. That we spend money on. Shit is really crazy. I'm going to just name a few stuff. Poor connection. Where does the poor connection come from? Really, my motor is right here. I have all great bars, well, 5 whatever bars on my Wi-Fi. How is it poor connection? But anywho, so some things that we spend money on. When I say we spend money, more so like taxpayer dollars, that's what's going on. So to give it perspective as well, America takes about $6.5 trillion we collect or in taxes every year. We spend about $9 trillion. So every single year we're underwater. But anywho, all right, so a few things that we spend money on. So let me read some crazy stuff. 850,000 for senior citizen homes for GAYs. I'm not going to say I don't want to get banned. 3.5 million for parade balloons we spend. We spend 38 million on deceased people. Like, just cause the person is dead, yeah, let's give them some money, right? Money laundering as well. We spend, let me scroll down some stuff. 1.7 million is spent on studying the effects of alcohol on fish. I'm not even joking. This shit is legit. We spend $1 million on studying the effects on music on dairy cows. Like, why are we doing these things? $3 million for the study to see if humans would eat ants to prevent climate change. Like, come on, y'all. Like, can't even make this shit up. The SBA gave $200 million to music artists like Post Malone, Chris Brown, and Lil Wayne throughout the COVID Paycheck Protection Program. U.S. military bought soap dispensers for aircraft over 80 times for commercial price. Like, why are we doing that? What's another thing that's crazy? Let me get a good one. I think it's a good one in the beginning. 10 million for gender programs in Pakistan. We send 6 million to boost the Egyptian tourism. Like, why are we spending money on these things? It's really crazy. You guys can look it up as well, and to see like the you can go to the government website and see what the Pentagon spends their money on. It's really crazy, really insane. But again, let me go back into the market because that's really what I'm here for. I'm not gonna be on this for a little longer. I see the time. I gotta get myself ready for this call, my Discord tonight. All right, so continue with what I'm saying. So like at this point, I feel for you to not take advantage of what's going on, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. Right, as I mentioned to you guys before, 2020 happened. A lot of people didn't know how to respond to it. They got all this free money. They pretty much went shopping, pretty much just like blew all that money. Now here's another opportunity. I'm not saying that we're going to get another COVID check. I don't think we will. But what is going on is even Trump, right? Trump is appointing a lot of people into his cabinet that are pro-Bitcoin. I'm not pro-Bitcoin, that are pro-crypto. So if these people are pro-crypto and we know that the money is going to go towards the crypto industry, you're doing yourself a disservice by not putting your time to even learn about the crypto industry or even to go and get some coins, right? Like I got some friends who made like 1,400% on like these meme coins just in a week. The shit is really crazy. But again, it's like you got to know what you're doing. You can also get got, right? I've got plenty of times. It's laughable now, but like, it was some tough times. It was 100% some tough times. It was, I lost everything in crypto not too long ago. I believe 2022. I've been scammed in crypto. It's so much things happen, but again, it's like, looking back at it now, we can laugh at it, because, it's like we've made more, but however, it's like during that time, it is unfortunate. So you got to make sure you are protecting yourself and you're doing your due diligence. But at the end of the day, it's like the crypto market is booming. You want to make sure that you are learning how to get into these things. Now, most times I'll come in here, I speak about trading, and again, I think trading is the best method of using an additional source of income because of the overhead and the advantage that comes along with it. The pros outweigh the cons. It also makes you a better individual, right? Added to that, though, you 100% need to be in the markets, right? It could be invest in the crypto market, invest into indices, indexes, like all these things are beneficial because, again, you can't just keep your money in your bank alone. That's not doing you no justice, right? And people do that. They be like, I got like X amount of money saved up. I remember one time I had a student and that person was telling me they had, we got them to 100K set aside. I'm like, all right, because that was your goal. Like your goal, you want to have 100K set aside, in your savings account. But now that we have that, it's like, you don't need to have all this money in this account. Let's not diversify, but let's move it around. Let's go into, go into the indexes, go into have something in your high yield savings account. But more so, let's start doing things for your kids and so forth. I'm not going to tell the person, but the person just that, right? And now, things are looking great. But I'm saying that because there's no reason to have all that money just set aside in your savings account when you're earning, and this is max. Like I'm doing best case scenario, you got a high yield account, you earn about like 4%. Best case scenario. The markets alone, the S&P alone is up over 20% year to date. So it's like if you want to earn 4% best case scenario, or you want to earn 20% on a low end, like which one makes the most sense? Like it's one of them you earn about 5 times more than the other one. So it's pretty much no brainer. But the crypto markets, like as I told you guys, like XRP alone from last week to now, that's up over 30%. $1.11 right now. So I'm gonna be this guy. If you would have invested $1 when I said so last week, you'll be up $1 million right now. I hate people do that. But yeah, so as I was saying, that's up right now. We got what? Doge is going crazy. Doge earlier was up over 40 cents. Right now we are at 38 cents. And it's so crazy too because I didn't even realize it. So speaking about Doge, so that's the reason why Elon and Vivek, they are Trump appointed them for the Doge government agency, right? So the great thing about that is that majority of these agencies, like what they're doing, we pretty much don't need them. Like we're spending a lot of taxpayer money on these things. But again, it's like what I like about Vivek and Elon, what they're doing, right? This is going to be completed by July 4th, 2026, which will be the 250th anniversary, of this nation. So I think it's interesting because again, like most of these organizations, they are created and they just don't go away, right? Like you got people literally are getting paid to be in the crib, right? Like who works in government. So like little stuff like that, like why our taxpayer money is going toward that doesn't make any sense. And then some people are saying like, oh, I don't like Elon, I don't like Vivek, because of that, they shouldn't be in it. At the end of the day, you gotta think about it this way. So like, would you rather someone who is already a part of the system, making money from everybody, do you want them to be in charge, or do you want somebody who's not a part of this regime, who already have their own bread, right? So it's not as if like, right, lobbyists can't get to me. If you come to me and I got my bank, right? If you come to me like, yo, listen, like I give you $1 million if you go push this, right? The average person will be like, oh yeah, I'll definitely go do that. I'm already in office. Right now, if you go to him like, I give you $1 million, even Elon, I give you $1 million to push this, he's gonna laugh at you, right? So would you rather someone who can't be bought from that standpoint to push things, or would you rather someone who could be bought and they push things, right? And that's what's really going on. So you gotta also remind yourself that even the media, guys, like the media is a part of this shit too. So like, you gotta be careful where you're getting your sources from and also where you listen to people, right? Because I mean, we already saw like a lot of influencers are getting paid to, to push a certain narrative, and that's why you can't focus on these influencers, because majority are full of shit anyway. Like you gotta focus on. You might ask like, who can you focus on, right? Truthfully, you really just gotta like just pay attention to who you trust in. And honestly, like I would say vet every single person you're learning from, right? You want to find out how they get their source of information, what do they know, and then the most important thing, you want to make sure that they are living what they're preaching, right? Those things are very important. But I feel if you do that, it makes it easier to realize who's legit, who you should be listening to, who you should be following, and so forth. Because again, like now I think that the world is shifting from like celebrities being people of influence to now people on social media being people of influence. And because of that, that's why you have a lot of people are getting paid to push a certain narrative, right? They're like, hey, like, this person got X amount of followers, I'll pay you X amount of dollars if you push this, right? If you see that and so forth. So, you gotta see that. You gotta see these ads that's coming out, like DraftKings ads or different ads as well, in which, you're now seeing influencers. They're the ones who like pushing certain things like, hey, like join this, join that. I'm promoting this. Pause due to that's like the third time. That might be a sign. What I'm going to do, appreciate you guys who logged in. If y'all want more information, I'll tap more into this. Join my Discord tonight. Link is in the bio, description below as well. I'm going to be speaking on this more in depth, and we're going to get to the money. It's a lot of things that we're going to be speaking on regarding money, especially from crypto and the markets, both trading and investing wise. So if you guys want to learn more and follow me more on this topic, I'll be doing that tonight. Discord is going to be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, that is recorded for you guys to tap in. The link in the description below. Until next time, guys, peace out.